Something strange is happening in tech right now. Just months after laying off thousands of engineers, some of the same companies are quietly hiring them back.
Even in companies where AI is being rapidly adopted for software engineering, it's not really clear that it's leading to replacing software engineers with AI. In fact, the number of job postings for software engineers actually continues to increase.
No announcements, no headlines, no explanations. At the same time, executives are still saying AI will replace developers. So which one is true? Are engineers being replaced, or are they becoming more valuable than ever? Because behind the scenes, the data is starting to tell a very different story. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. For the past 2 years, the narrative seemed clear. AI was coming for software engineers. Headlines warned of mass layoffs. Companies cut thousands of roles. Executives talked about efficiency, automation, and doing more with fewer people. To many watching from the outside, it looked like the beginning of the end for one of the most in-demand careers of the last decade. But behind the scenes, something unexpected started happening. Companies began hiring again, quietly, selectively, strategically. But here's the part that doesn't make sense. Some of the same companies that just laid off engineers are now trying to hire those exact roles back. Not publicly, not at scale, but quietly, through smaller job postings, contract roles, and even reaching out to former employees. So if AI was supposed to replace engineers, why are companies suddenly scrambling to get them back? And if you look closely, the shift reveals something much bigger than a hiring trend. It reveals that the entire narrative about AI replacing developers may have been misunderstood. Because the truth is this: companies didn't stop needing engineers. They just realized they needed different ones. Let's start with what actually happened. Between 2023 and 2025, the tech industry went through one of the largest waves of layoffs in its history.
Until recently, job postings for software engineers and others had been going down. But last year, the need for programmers spiked, unlike the rest of the jobs market.
Hundreds of thousands of workers were cut as companies pulled back from aggressive pandemic-era hiring and shifted toward profitability. But here's the part most people missed. The layoffs weren't evenly distributed. Many of the cuts hit non-technical roles, while demand for skilled engineers, especially those working in AI, infrastructure and systems, began rising again. In other words, companies didn't stop building, they just started building differently. And that leads to the first big reason companies are quietly rehiring software engineers. AI didn't replace engineers, it multiplied the need for them.
The 2025 Veracode Gen AI report reveals that 45% of AI-generated code contains OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. In Java, the security failure rate now exceeds 72%.
There's a misconception that AI tools eliminate the need for developers. But in reality, they've changed the nature of the work. Modern AI systems can generate code, suggest fixes, and automate repetitive tasks. But they still require humans to design systems, define problems, debug outputs, and integrate everything into real-world applications. This has created a new kind of engineer.
Seasoned engineers are now reporting being 19% slower when using AI tools. Why? Because they've become AI babysitters. They spend an average of 11 hours a week just correcting hallucinations, code that looks syntactically correct but contains logical landmines.
Not just someone who writes code, but someone who manages intelligence, and companies are racing to find them. That's why hiring isn't happening loudly, it's happening precisely. Which leads to the second reason. The wrong hires are being replaced with the right hires. During the pandemic, tech companies hired at an unprecedented pace. But when growth slowed, reality set in. Many companies realized they had overhired, so they cut back. But now they're rebuilding, with intention. Instead of hiring large generalist teams, companies are focusing on specialized engineers who can work with AI systems, cloud infrastructure, and large-scale platforms. And this has created a paradox. Job seekers feel like the market is collapsing. Companies feel like they can't find the right talent. And that's why rehiring looks invisible. It's not mass hiring, it's targeted hiring. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Some AI replacements simply didn't work. In theory, AI should reduce the need for human labor. In practice, it's more complicated. AI systems can fail in unpredictable ways. They can generate incorrect outputs, miss edge cases, and create subtle errors that only show up later. And when those failures happen in real systems, the consequences are serious. So companies are learning something critical. Automation without oversight is risk, and software engineers are the oversight. That's why many companies are rehiring, not just to build, but to stabilize what they already built, which leads to another major shift. The AI boom is creating entirely new demand. AI isn't just a tool, it's infrastructure. Every company adopting AI needs engineers to build models, integrate systems, manage data pipelines, and ensure reliability at scale. This isn't optional, it's foundational, and the demand is growing. Even as layoffs made headlines, job postings for skilled engineers have started rising again. And long-term projections still show strong growth for software development roles. That doesn't happen in a declining field. That happens in an evolving one. So why does it feel like the opposite? Because companies aren't announcing this shift, they're rehiring, but quietly. Instead of large hiring waves, they're bringing back former employees, restructuring teams, and focusing on high-impact roles. From the outside, it looks like stagnation. Inside the system, it's recalibration. And this leads to the most important shift of all. The role of software engineers has changed. It's no longer just about writing code. Engineers are now expected to work alongside AI, validate machine outputs, design resilient systems, and solve complex problems at scale. The job has become more strategic, more technical, and more valuable. That's why companies are rehiring, not because AI failed, but because AI changed the job into something more essential. So when you hear that AI is replacing engineers, look closer, because the real story isn't replacement, it's transformation. Companies aren't moving away from engineers, they're moving toward a new kind of engineer. One who can operate in a world where intelligence is no longer just human. And that shift is happening right now, quietly, strategically, and at scale. So here's the question. If companies are quietly rehiring engineers while publicly talking about AI replacing them, does that mean AI is eliminating jobs or simply raising the bar for who gets them? At Machine Minds, your opinion matters to us, so please feel free to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, take care.